Hello students. Struggle करना पड़ता है. So why this difference between the two family? So there is a difference because of the economic condition. Okay, the people who are economically stable, they can their life lead with facilities, and also they can satisfy their essential needs. But the people who cannot satisfy their essential needs, okay, they are called poor. So this is the economic differences between the two people. So as it is difference also that we can see economic difference between the two countries also. Okay, so today in this chapter we are going to study about economic development. Now our country India is also yet developing country, it's not developed. Okay, so let us start the chapter number 15, economic development. So every person's morning being in a different way. Many people lead their life full of material pleasure. Material pleasure means they have can sleep during the night in AC, air conditioner. Okay, they also have very good facility houses also, well furnished. Okay, so this they can live full material pleasure. Okay, bike, cars, TVs, mobile, these all the gadgets also they have already. So these types of the people they live full material pleasure, but maximum number of the peoples in the world are seen struggle for existence, यानी कि उनको जीने के लिए, रहने के लिए अभी भी उनको स्ट्रगल करनी पड़ रही है. They have to struggle for the existence. Okay, for these people who are called poor, and these people who are struggling for the existence, they are called the poor. Means these types of the people even they cannot satisfy their basic needs, the essential needs, like a basic need that we can see the food, water, residential house, okay, and the clothes. So physical pleasure, well-being, or resting in an imagination only. Okay, physical pleasure and this well-being, this all are the resisting in an imagination only. वो सिर्फ एक imagination है for them, for the poor people. उनके लिए सिर्फ एक कल्पना रहती है, because they don't have money to buy that type of the pleasure. Okay, that type of the well-being. Okay, so how has this situation originated? So why this kind of situation originated for them, and how to come out of this situation, और उन लोगों को इस सिचुएशन से बाहर कैसे निकाला जा सकता है, या फिर वो लोग खुद कैसे बाहर आ सकते हैं इस सिचुएशन से. सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू get the answer of these questions. So such types of questions have their answer too. Okay, so economic development. Okay, so what is meant by economic development? So in today's modern world, every country is trying to achieve development, but development is not confined to economic development. And every country in the world, India also want to achieve the development, but that development it is not just only economic development. यानी कि देश के पास अगर बहुत ज़्यादा पैसे आ गए, that only cannot be say the development, economic development. It's not confined to economic development only, but it is a process of social change have many phases. It is also need social changes. There should be also the living standard of the people should be changed. Okay, people who are not getting even basic needs, if they get their basic needs, the people can live their standard lives, then we can say there is a development in the country. It's not just only the economically that big industries are established, that rich men's all can buy the new cars, luxurious cars, and they are wearing the luxurious clothes too. That is not called the achievement or the economic development. So there are some measurements are given about the what is called the economic development. So economic development shows consumption increase in the national income of a country. There is a income of the country is increased, okay, in the economic development means consumption increase in national income of a country, यानी कि जो देश की जो income है, okay, which income the country get from the taxes, from its sources, minerals, okay. Increase in per capita income of a country, per capita income, okay, while that national income of the country is divided by the total population of the country, and which number we get, that is called the per capita income. Okay, the national income is divided by the population of the country, then we can get the per capita income. Okay, यानी कि लोगों जी को per capita income it should also be increased. Okay, improvement in the living standard of the people. Just now said that peoples of the India, many of are struggling in the morning for a cup of tea, for snack. Okay, so that is, there should be also improvements the living standard of the people, that people can get easily their basic needs like food, shelter, and the clothes, and also medical facilities. When people will get this essential necessary easily, then we can say that country is developed or country is developing. Otherwise only that we can see the structure of the industries, okay, big buildings, that means not the economic development. Economic in development should be from the common man, every person of the country when living the standard life, then we can say economic development. Only economic development cannot be said that development of the country. Okay, so these are the meanings are given about the economic development three. So this is called economic development, and total income of country is called national income. This is the important, you can also underline this. This is called economic development, and total income of the country is called national income. Okay, total income of the country is called national income. By dividing the total income of the country with total population of the country, just I said previous. Okay, if we divide this total income of the country with total population of the country, we obtain per capita income. Point this not, okay, very important. What is called per capita income? So when the national income is divided by the total income of the country with the total population of the country, okay, we obtain per capita income. While living standard include the facilities like obtaining food, clothes, education, health service, transportation service, as well as shelter. And there is also this living standard include the facilities, यानी कि लोगों का जीवन धोरण है, जीवन स्तर है, living standard, it should be also increased. They also can get the facilities like food, clothes, education, health service, okay, transportation service, and as well as shelter. Shelter means घर, रहने के लिए जगह. Because of increase in national income and per capita income in India after independence, there has been improvement in service and facilities such as availability of food grains, clothes, electricity, education, health service, shelter, etc. So after the independence, there is a we can see the improvement. Now in the India, many of the people, that poor people also can get these types of the basic facilities. Okay. So after the independence, there has been improvement in the service and the facilities, such as the availability of the food, that people can get easily food. Okay, that people, okay, as in the previous year studied about the BPL and the APL. Okay, so below the poverty line, these people also can get the food grain easily at the FPS. Okay, fair price shop. Okay, it is called the same, can be say राशन शॉप. ओके, वहाँ से उनको बहुत ही सस्ते में अनाज, शुगर, salt, wheat, oil, they can be get easily. Okay, every month. Okay, so availability of the food, clothes, electricity, education is also, it is given free by the government for the age group of 6 to 14 years of child. Shelter, for the shelter also, that all the governments are doing that. Many of the projects have been done by the government, like Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Indira Awas Yojana. So by these home policies, okay, the government also providing home to the people by giving subsidy. Okay, so the above mentioned requirement are fulfilled easily in a better way as compared to the past. In the past, before the independence, that Indian people were not get these types of the facilities. Okay, so we may say that economic development is taking place in India. So that we can say that economic development is take place in India, यानी कि अब इकोनॉमिकली इंडिया डेवलप कर रहा है. India is not developed. DEVELOPED. India is not developed. India is developing country. So that is why we can say now economic development is taking place in India. Understood? Now here you can see that national income of India, it is given here. So national income growth, domestic products, okay, GDP of India, which was 87 lakh 36,039 crores in 2011-12, has increased to 1 crore 35 lakh 67,192 crores in 2015 and 16. Okay, so by this total national income, you can divide by, in 2015 there was a 120 crore population. Okay, so if we are dividing, here you can see this is the calculator. Let us see, we divide that 1 crore 35 lakh 67,192, and that time total population of the our country was 120 crore. Okay, approximately 120 crore. Okay, divide by, now you have to count, there is a, just okay. So here you can see this is the economic development. 120 crore while we are dividing. So there is a per capita income of the our country that time 0.11, 0.1130 only per capita income. Okay, and this is not a good. Okay, Now, different between economic progress and economic development. Now, these two words, at first sight, that we can see that both look like a same, progress and development. So, progress we development and development we progress. And no, but there is a difference. Progress और डेवलपमेंट दोनों में डिफरेंस है. लेट अस सी द व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द इकोनॉमिक प्रोग्रेस एंड द इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट. So in ordinary sense, economic progress as well as economic development, both the words show an increase, but there is a lot of difference between both of them. They are as follows. As a first thing, it can be seen that both words show as in increase in the income, but there is difference between the both of them. And what is the difference? Let us see. So on the basis of development process, let us see for the difference. So economic development is qualitative, while economic progress is quantitative. Okay, development होता है तो already there is a quantity of the goods and the products are developed, it is produced, and after in the economic development they are looking for a quality of the products. देखिए प्रोडक्ट्स की क्वालिटी कैसे अच्छी की जाए. ओके, वाइल इकोनॉमिक प्रोग्रेस इज क्वांटिटेटिव, यानी कि जो चीज़ें उसकी क्वांटिटी कैसे बढ़ाई जाए. सो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट इज फर्स्ट स्टेज, while economic progress is the second, is the stage after economic development. So economic development is the first stage, and while economic progress is the stage after economic development. Understood? This is the difference between two. Economic development is a qualitative, while economic progress is the quantitative. यानी कि डेवलपमेंट जब करना होता है तो उसकी क्वालिटी हमें अच्छी करनी पड़ती है, और जब क्वालिटी अच्छी होगी देन आफ्टर वी हैव टू मेक increasement in the quantity of the product. So that is called the progress. So both economic development is the first stage, while economic progress is the stage after economic development. Now, according to changes taking place in economy, so on the basis of new research in economy, increase in production is economic development. So according to new research is, okay, in economy, increase in production is economic development. When the economy production got a profit and that profit is increased in production, it is called the economic development. And because of research in hybrid seeds and agriculture sector, there has been manifold increase in agriculture production. This shows economic development. Okay, in the beginning when the India became the independence, so that time India just only was growing the foods and the crops, but after that time it was a developments only developed. After the progress when it will come, when from the same field, while they were growing that hybrid seed, so from the same field they were growing the more abundance quantity of the production of the crops. यानी कि उसी खेत में से ज़्यादा और अच्छी क्वालिटी में grains, wheats है, crops है, they grow. So this is called the progress. Okay, so research in hybrid seeds in agriculture sector, this has been manifold increase in agriculture production. This shows economic development. On the other side, when there is an increase in agriculture production because of increase in the agriculture land, it is called the economic progress. Okay, means while from that one field without using that hybrid seeds and all, they were growing the crops, so it was not much. Okay, but they were growing the crops, that was called the economic development. But after, on the other side, when there is an increase in the agriculture production, after they were used hybrid seeds and all, and that is why that agriculture production increased. Okay, because of increase in the agricultural land, it is called the economic progress. Okay, as it is another way also can be say, Okay, like one farmer is like that field, and he grow the tobacco or any other crops. Okay, he has grown from the land and he got the profit. Okay, he got the profit, and after getting the profit, after get the profit, he buy another land. उसने दूसरी जमीन खरीदी. तो पहले जो किया, what he did the first, okay, it was a development, and after he buy another land, that is called the progress. यानी कि पहले उसने डेवलप किया और बाद में उसमें से उसने प्रोग्रेस किया. These are the differences between the economic development and economic progress. In relation of developed and developing nation. Now developed means who are already developed. Their development is completed and people of that country, they are living their standard lives. These countries are called the developed. And in countries, the peoples are not yet, they are deprived to living standards. These countries are called the developing countries. Different is seen in both of them in relation to developed and developing nation also. Increase in national income of developed countries is called the economic progress, while increase in national income of developing countries is called the economic development. Here is the very simple way they have explained about the economic development and economic progress. So, which countries are already developed? Okay, so increase national income of developed country, it is called the economic progress. यानी कि जो डेवलप्ड कंट्री है, ओके, अगर उनकी इनकम इंक्रीज होती है, सो इट इज कॉल्ड द इकोनॉमिक प्रोग्रेस. उन्होंने तो ऑलरेडी डेवलप कर लिया है. ओके, लाइक अ फार्मर हैज ग्रोन द क्रॉप्स एंड ही गॉट द प्रॉफिट एंड आफ्टर ही बाय द अनदर लैंड. सो उसने डेवलप तो कर लिया, अब डेवलप करने के बाद उसने नई जमीन खरीदी, इट इज कॉल्ड द प्रोग्रेस. ओके, सो एज इट डेवलप दे आर ऑलरेडी डेवलप्ड एंड नाउ दे आर इंक्रीजिंग देयर इनकम येट. अभी भी वो अपनी नेशनल इनकम है वो बढ़ाते जा रहे हैं. Okay, it is called the economic progress. And while increase in national income of developing countries is called the economic development, और जो developing country है, that yet people are deprived to live their standard lives. Okay, these countries are called the developing country. If in these countries that economic, the countries, okay, national income is increased, so it is called the economic development. I hope all of you understood about the difference between the economic development and economic progress. Now the feature of developing economy. What are the feature? So economy of developed and developing countries is separated on the basis of per capita income. Per capita income, how to get the per capita income, all of you got understood. Okay, so total national income is divided by the total population of the country, which number we obtain, that is called the per capita. So economy developed and developing country is separated on the basis of per capita income. As per World Development Report of 2004 of World Bank, countries having less than $735 per capita income are categorized as developing economy. Following are the feature of developing economy. Okay, as per the World Development Report in 2004 of World Bank, that countries having less than 735 $735 per capita income, यानी कि हर इंसान की पर कैपिटा इनकम इस 735 होगी. So that countries are categorized as a developing economy country. How many dollars? $735. Reports given by the World Bank, World Development Report, okay, of 2004 of World Bank. Okay, and the countries which have the per capita income less than $735, that countries are categorized in a developing economy. Now following features of the developing economy. Less per capita income. What is the national income? While we divide by the population of the countries, and which number we get, if that number is less than $735, So this is called the less per capita income. So national income of developing countries is less while population growth rate is high. Okay, which countries are developing countries? In that, in these countries, developing countries, that the population is growth is very high, but development national income of developing countries is less. नेशनल इनकम होती है वो कम होती है, और पॉपुलेशन का ग्रोथ होता है वो बहुत हाई होता है. एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो वन रीज़न, दैट इज ऑल्सो वन फैक्टर which make that country more and more, that country get the less per capita. So per capita income remains low because of less per capita income, living standard of people is low. And because of this means year by year and day by day that number of people is increased, and as it much that national income is not increased, so what happened that year by year that per capita income is fall down. तो धीरे 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 वो कम ही होता जाता है. So that is the why that living standard of people is very population growth. Second, this all point you should have to memorized. Okay, first point about the economic feature is less per capita income. Second is population growth. So population growth rate is high in developing nation. Rate of population growth is percent 2 or more in this country. यानी कि जो टोटल पॉपुलेशन है उसका 2% इंक्रीज हो रहा है. ओके, so that is the why that because of the high population growth, there is also one feature which is affect the national income and the development of the country. Dependence on agriculture. Now this is that all the developing countries are completely, okay, 60 or 70% the people of the country are depend on agriculture, directly or indirectly. So the main occupation of people of developing country is agriculture. More than 60% of the population is depend on agriculture for employment. Contribution of agriculture in national income of this nation is about 26%. Okay, all over the country, the all more than 50% means 60 or 70% people are engaged in agriculture, yet the contribution of the agriculture in the national income is just only 26%. Okay, what means that? Means most of the countries people, they are develop the grains crops just only to existence of their lives, यानी कि सिर्फ अपना खाना ही वो उसमें से निकाल पाते हैं. Sometimes when they can't do that also because of the famine, drought and so on. There is also very tough situation for the farmers in India. Now there is also some changes we can see because of the developments of the canals and the river water. Okay, so this is dependence on agriculture. First, less per capita income. Second, population growth. Third, dependence on agriculture. Now fourth, unequal distribution of income. Now what happened in India, that people who are rich, they year by year they become more rich, and the people who are people year by year they become more poor. This is called unequal distribution of income. यानी कि जो गरीब है वो ज़्यादा ज़्यादा गरीब होता जा रहा है, और जो अमीर है वो दिन ब दिन ज़्यादा और ज़्यादा अमीर होता जा रहा है. Let us see. So unequal distribution of income and factors of production is seen in developing countries. This is inequality is seen in cities as well as village. Okay, this inequality that we can see in the cities and in the village. Okay, there is in the cities the production, okay, is more, okay, that factors, and in the village that production factors are very less. Okay, 20% rich people of the country share 40% of national income, and the poorest 20% people share 10% of the national income. 20%, the rich people, they share the national income 40%, and the poorest 20% people share 10% national income. So this concentration of income and property is seen in the hand of rich people in developing economy. यानी कि developing economy है, so all the concentration of income and the property that we can see, just only the rich people के हाथों में ये होता है, all the sources of the production and all. Number fifth is the unemployment, the most important in the India, that people who got educated, they are also unemployed. Okay, so unemployment may be counted as an important feature of developing countries, and this is a very important feature in the developing country. And that is the why that in the developing countries, people, they are going to the abroad to get income, यानी कि वो फॉरेन कंट्रीज में जाते हैं पैसे कमाने के लिए. Okay, and in that country they are not doing that white collar job. Okay, they are also doing the jobs in the companies, in the factories, in the hotels. Okay, but what happened, that countries national income is high, and the value of that country's currency is more than the Indian currency. And while this currency, that foreign countries currency, when exchanged by the Indian currency, so it will be more. So that is the why that people, Indian peoples, are going in the developed country for the on. So this concern, okay, in the hand of the rich people in developing economy. Unemployment. So in these countries, ratio of unemployment is more than 3% of total labor. यानी कि जो मजदूर जो काम है उनमें से 3% जो लोग हैं वो अनएम्प्लॉय है. In these countries, different types of unemployment may be seen. Different types of unemployment that we can see. Like one example, there is a farmer. Okay, so the farmer who are depend on only rain to grow their crops. Okay, so during the monsoon season they are grow their crops. So in the 4 or 5 months their crops are ripe, they cut, okay, and they collected the grains. After what? After another 8 months, what that farmer will do? दूसरे 8 महीने तो वो फार्मर क्या करेगा? Means in this month he can be called the unemployed. Okay, so this is, so different types of the unemployment that can be seen in our countries, and types are that seasonal unemployment, distinguished unemployment, industrial unemployment. Moreover, the period of unemployment is very long. Distinguished unemployment means there we can see that people are working. Okay, like there is a one field, one work, one person can do that easily that work. एक इंसान एक काम कर सकता है अच्छे से, बट उसी काम को करने के लिए अगर 4 लोग होंगे तो yeah, that work will be done very easily and the fast, but need one day and one person can do easily. लेकिन एक दिन में वो एक पर्सन काम कर देगा तो हो जाएगा, वहाँ पे 4 लोग की क्या जरूरत है? So while in that one work that 4 person are working there, so that 3 person that we can say they are distinguished unemployed. Okay, यानी कि वो काम तो कर रहे हैं लेकिन वो अनएम्प्लॉय है. Okay, and industrial unemployment, sometime in the industry also that we can see unemployment. Okay, so moreover the period of unemployment is very long. Okay, if the people are unemployed for 1-2 months, it is okay. It is more than 4, 5, 6, 8 months, that period is very long. Okay, maybe whatever they have on during their season, maybe they will lost, they will spend, and after the next then they don't have anything is left. So means people are struggling for their existence in the developing countries. Number 6 is the poverty. This is most important features. The poverty is also a feature of developing economy, and because of the poverty there is our countries are called developing countries, or the because of developing countries that people are more poor, that also we can see. Both factors are related to each other. So people who are not able to satisfy their primary necessities like food, clothing, shelter, education and health are called poor. You can underline this, that who are called the poor. Okay, so the people who are not able to satisfy their primary essential necessities like food, clothes, shelter, education, health, these people are called the poor. In developing countries such people constitute one third of the total population. Like total population means one third people are poor in the developing economy. Number 7, dual economy. Let us see what is the dual economy in the same country. Why that is a dual economy is there? So the economy of developing countries is based on the dual or mixed system. On one side, backward farming, old machinery, orthodox social structure, less productions are seen in villages. यानी कि गांव में जो लोग हैं, their farming is very backward farming. They are yet using the bullocks and or to plow their fields. Okay, old machineries, there is a plugs, plows and all are very old. Okay, which submersible machine they are using, that is also very old. Okay, even it cannot be get the more water from the well, from the tube well. Orthodox social structure. Okay, if they have a farm, so that farms are not barred, okay, by the age and all. So that is why that others animals like rose, okay, nail cows and all destroy the crops. There is a pigs also destroy the crops. This is social structure. Less productions are seen in village, and because of these other factors which also affect the agriculture, and because of this that production is very less seen in the village. On the other side, there are cities having modern industries, new production process, modern implements and modern sophisticated lifestyle. Cities cities में लोगों को they can get all the necessities very easily, all the facilities they can get easily. Okay, because of there is a modern industries, people have more income, new production, they can produce the new things very easily, process also can be done very fast. Okay, so this is called the difference between the village and the cities. It is called the dual economy. There is in the village there is economy is the very less, and in the cities that economy very high. Insufficient infrastructure facilities. Now in our country there's so which are the infrastructure available for the industries, for the farms, for the agriculture, they are very old, or may they are less, not enough. Okay, so let us see. Crucially vital infrastructures facilities like education, transportation, communication, electricity, health facilities, banking, etc. are less lacking in developing countries, which hinders the development of nation. Okay, education. In the our country also there is education institutions are available, but then also many of the students are going to study in the foreign. Transportation, for the transport there is also the so much lack of transport that we can see. Okay, many of the villages yet deprived to the approach road between the main town to the village. Communication, in the many of the villages, interior villages, they don't have the internet facilities, electricity, health facilities are not available. Also they haven't yet bank account. So because of this less lacking in developing countries, which hinders the development of nation, और इसी इन चीज़ों की वजह से जो देश का विकास है, जो देश का डेवलपमेंट है, वो छिप जाता है. And number 9, form of international trade. And because of the international trade, okay, that Britishers were came in India. Okay, when because of that international trade our country become the slave. And now also this international trade affect our country. How it is, let us see. So the structure of foreign trade of developing countries is different. These countries mainly export agro products and farm products as well as mineral ore. Now developing countries, what they are exporting? So these country export only agro products. Agro products means the products of agriculture, grains, crops, fruits, etc. And farm products, okay, it's can be say also the milk and the milk sub products. And the mineral ore means जो खनिज है, जो कच्चा खनिज है, like iron ore and all, they also export this. Because in developing country they don't have the facilities to make from that mineral ore they can be used the useful. So these types of products have less demand and low rate. So less income is gained by exporting these goods. And by exporting these goods, okay, because they are less rate and very low rate and very less demand. And that is why they get a very less income. While import include industrial products and machinery. और जब ये डेवलपिंग कंट्री जो इम्पोर्ट करते हैं, so it is include the industrial products and machineries. As the cost of this product is more, so expense is import rises on import rise. Thus, as a condition of foreign trade are adverse, there is an increase in foreign debt. Thus, we see above mentioned feature in developing countries. As Indian economy is developing, all these features are related to the India in greater or lesser measure. And these all the 9 features are related to India in the greater or lesser measure. यानी कि कहीं ना कहीं पे ये ऑल जो मेजरमेंट है वो इंडिया को भी लागू पड़ते हैं. इट इज ऑल्सो रिलेटेड टू द इंडिया. ओके, एंड दैट इज वाई वी आर ऑल्सो लिविंग इन द डेवलपिंग कंट्री. एंड if you want to develop our country, we should also have to work hard for the country. Okay. Okay, so students, now here is the till these 6 chapters are completed. Okay, now the questions for you first, that is you have to write that features of developing economy. So you have to write this first preamble. Okay, preface you have to write. Then after write this all the point wise. Okay, and also in this list per capita income, so what are the other points in sheet, so just also write point wise. ये भी आपको point wise ही लिखना है. Got it? And also there is a questions that difference between the economic progress and economic development. Okay, this is also question you have to write. And economic development is also. So you can see in the exercise which questions are given in the textual. Okay, that is you have to complete as I'm teach you this lesson. Okay, so I hope that all of you understood this all the 9 features of the developing economy. Okay, so bye bye, take care.